Hey everyone, this is Greeney from Greeney Guides, and today we're going to be getting the Meat is Murder achievement in the new DLC for Call of Duty. And this is in the new Infection mode, which is only available in the DLC. So now what we're going to do for this first step is we have to turn the valves which are in the sewers. This can spawn randomly. There's 4 valves you do have to turn, but there's about 20 or so spots where these valves can spawn in the sewers. In this video I'm going to show you where they spawn for me, and I also will mention that there are a couple of spots where the valves can spawn on the roof, and you do have to be careful with that. And there is the last one, as you can see. And now step 2 is retrieving the skillet. This is in the spawn area, and you have to jump on top of these crates, use the XL double jump, come up here and mash X or mash square if you're on PlayStation. And you can then bring the skillet back to this area that's behind the waterfall, which was unlocked from turning the valves. So once you put the skillet on the podium, you'll then need to do step 3, which is a blood sacrifice. And in order to do this, you'll have to kill zombies on top of the white space that is surrounding the skillet itself. So as you can see here, I do have the distraction drone, and with the distraction drone I managed to get them all into that middle area. Just pump the S12 into them. The S12 is probably one of the most powerful guns to use, in my opinion. And once the podium has risen, you can take the skillet and take it to the back of Burger Town, where you'll be able to start cooking the burger. So basically what this whole achievement entitles is basically just cooking a burger. That's basically the whole thing of it. And the first part to cooking the burger here is to collect all the meat. So the first piece of meat for me was in the Burger Town area. It was on there, but it can also spawn by the carousel out the front, and it can also spawn in the spawning areas for the zombies themselves. Now the next one was in the sewers, and in the sewers it can spawn on this little mattress here, and it can also spawn near all the little blue tarps you'll see in the sewers. So make sure to check all of them, and also check the middle area near where the TAC 11 is, and you should be able to find that piece of meat. Now in my opinion, this is probably one of the hardest places to try and find it. For me, it spawned, if I remember correctly, it spawned right at the back here on the roof, but it can also spawn inside the command center and also by some crates near the power. So once you have gotten that piece, you then want to go back and you want to put it onto the frying pan or skillet, whatever you want to call it. Now the last piece of meat here is right next to the MAC 11, but it can also spawn near the power supply on the little truck, or it can also spawn in a little box that's just on the counter. So now we've got that, we want to get the Magnetron, which is the new gun in this map, and you want to use that to cook the burger. And once the burger has cooked, you'll hear like an oven ding type of sound, and then you should be able to then move on to the next step, which is to retrieve the bun. And in order to do this, you have to use the Magnetron to fully kill a Burger Town employee. As you can see here, I do go down trying to do this step, because the further on you try doing these steps, the harder of course it will get. So you do have to take that in mind. So once you've done that, you have to feed Bubby, but once you have picked up the burger, you'll become infected, because the burger itself is really slimy. It's got infected meat. That's basically what you were picking up before. You were picking up zombie flesh. So when you do that, you have to come back here and you have to go and use the decontamination zone. And once you have used the decontamination zone, you can take the burger back up to Burger Town and feed it to Bubby. When you do take it back to Bubby, he will say a little quote saying that his battery is not full, he needs to be charged. And you'll see here, I will give it to him, and you have to make sure you give it to him right out the front of him near the Burger Town actual little order window. And make sure you do that. And now step 7 is to collect and charge the battery. So you'll see here, when you come into this little area, if you click on there, you'll hear a little sound which indicates that it has activated. You'll have to move as fast as you can over here and collect the battery. It is timed, so if you don't make it there fast enough, it will close back up again, that little window. So now once you've done that, you want to come over to the charge station, which is over in this section here, and you want to plug it in. And I just trained this last zombie around for a bit, and then you will hear a sound activation once the charging has completed. So as you can see here, I am just moving around and round and round, and you'll eventually hear a sound. I come back here, you'll see that it's not charging anymore, and when you pick it up, it is red now instead of a grey type of colour. So once you have done that, you can come back to Bubby, you can put the battery into him, and then he will start to say another round of stuff, and he'll also give you a key. This key is to get into the burger at the top of Burger Town. So once you go into there, you want to hit the action button, and then it should say access denied. And this next step is a bit of a bitch. So this is to get an alligator from the arm from the alligator, sorry. And in order to do this, you have to kill the alligator while it is killing a zombie. And when you do that, a floating arm will appear, and you should be able to get the arm. In order to get the alligator to appear, you have to activate the gator trap, which is just in that sewer area, but make sure you do have the power turned on first. So as you can see here, I collected the arm, and you want to come back to spawn, and there is a little security clearance here, and once you have gone into there, you should be able to open up this little area and grab what looks like a PDA, but it is encrypted, so your character will say this looks encrypted, and that's what it is. So once you have come back up to Burger Town, you want to go back into the burger itself, and you want to place this encrypted PDA onto the little circular section up front there, and then you'll be immediately kicked out. And once you've been kicked out, you'll see that some burgers start shooting out of the burger itself, some mini burgers, and they act like bombs. And once that section has completed, you can come back here into the burger and pick up the PDA once again. When you've picked up the PDA, you can then bring it to Bubby. He will activate, and that is the achievement. It is one hell of an achievement. It takes a lot of time. It took me about 2 hours to do this, so make sure you do have some free time when you are doing this. He will activate, and you will get the achievement for Meat is Murder. So this has been Greeney for Greeney Guides. Make sure to click subscribe, or even just like this video, and thanks for watching.